政府估价呢，也就是家喻户晓的 BC Assessment， 这是政府呢聘请一个专门的估价公司，对于全省200多万套的私有物业进行的一个评估。那么它是基于去年的7月1号的价值，所以呢，这个价值其实已经滞后了半年多的时间。每一年呢，在1月1号的时候寄到各个房子。如果您对您的政府估价有所不满，比如说太低或者太高，在1月31号之前呢，可以有一个 appeal 上诉的一个程序。但是根据我们的经验来说，上诉成功的案例比较少，除非是他真的是made a mistake， 犯了一个错误。那么这个政府估价的估值是如何产生的呢？它呢是由一个大数据的调查，加上房屋的面积、土地大小、所在的学区和位置、其风景、有无附属的添加建筑物等等等等一系列的数据而调查产生的。您把您的地址输入 bcassessment.ca 这个网站之后的话呢，就可以看到您去年的评估价，包括呢您的邻居的您的朋友的都可以看到。那么在这个每一年的话呢，自住房也可以有所减免 homeowner grant。所以呢，他们需要申请人是其自住房的屋主申请人是加拿大公民或者永久居民居住在 BC 省。而且呢，所对应的这个地址要是其居住的所在地。那么政府估价是否是地税增长的唯一的因素呢？其实也不是因为呢是由您的政府估价要乘以一个市政府所需要费用的一个百分比，每一年会不一样你像之前 Kelowna 的市政府呢是 0.005 这样的一个数字。那么如果说今年他们的市政府所用的支出费用足够了情况下，他们可能会减低这个百分比。还有一个情况呢，是跟这个市场上的平均价格会有一个比较。比如说您的政府估价的上升要低于普遍整个 Kelowna 区域的政府估价的上升，那这样子的情况下，反而您的地税可能减低了。如果您的这个，比如说去年咱们增长了35%，然后您的这个政府估价也增长了35%的话，那您的地税应该是跟前面几年是差不多的一个水平。如果说您的政府估价的增长的百分比远远超出这个城市的增长，比如说到了45%，这样子的情况下呢，您的地税可能增长的比较多。有什么原因造成的呢？可能是您旁边的哪一个邻居卖的价格特别的高，超出了这个周边小区的一个平均的增长值。那么接下来呢 ，JP 会给您介绍更多的地税和 BC Assessment 估价的知识。
Welcome back to the Wang Letnick. My name is JP. In this video, we're going to be talking about BC assessment values and how this can affect your property taxes. There's a common misconception that your BC assessment value is directly related to your property taxes. In a way, it is essentially connected because this is the valuation that's used in the algorithm that calculates your taxes. But that being said, if you recently received a BC assessment with a valuation increase in Kelowna, especially, it's not uncommon in the year 2021 to have seen an increase of anywhere between 15 to 30%. This does not correlate to you having an increase in property taxes of that same percentage. The way that it works with BC assessment values is that if your home value has gone up and same as the average single-family home in the area, then your property tax value is most likely going to stay relatively the same as it was the year before, unless, of course, the city has increased the tax rate. For example, in Kelowna, in this last year, it went up roughly 3%. 3.5% is what they budgeted for an increase in your property taxes. So if your average home went up the same as yours, in the BC assessment values, your property taxes are most likely not going to increase. If your BC assessment went up less than the average increase in your area, then your property taxes may actually go down for the following year. Now, of course, if the average in your area was 15% and your home went up 30%, then your property taxes are probably going up slightly in the next year. Now, it's not going to go up the difference of 15%. That is, again, just between the average of the other homes, but you may see an increase. So it is not directly correlated. If you have a BC assessment increase, that does not mean your property taxes are going up by the same percentage. If you're wanting to find out a rough estimate of how much your property taxes are going to be for the following year, very good tool to go check out is the City of Kelowna's property tax calculator. Now, when you're on the property tax calculator, you'll be able to input your last year's valuation and this year's valuation, and it'll give you an estimate of what your property taxes are going to be based on the values of all the other homes in your area and the new change in tax rate that the city may have. Depending on when you use the calculator, the new tax rate may not be applicable at that time. It may not have been changed or updated, so just keep in mind it is an estimate. It is not the exact property taxes that you'll be paying. If you just purchased your property and you don't know your BC's assessment, or you haven't received the tax bill yet, the easiest place to find your current valuation on BC Assessment is bcassessment.ca. You can easily find this in a quick Google search or just type in bcassessment.ca in your address bar. This will bring up the most current BC assessment value for your home. Now keep in mind, the date on that assessment may be for last year. Typically it comes out around July, normally a little bit before. Recently, BC Assessment has been doing it around January 1st. So they've been taking the last July's assessment date and updating it in the system. So it may not be a currently accurate market assessment, but it gives you at least a general idea of what your home is typically worth. So what happens if you don't believe that your BC assessment is correct? Maybe it's too high, maybe it's too low, you think it's going to affect your taxes in a specific way and you want to appeal. Are you able to do that? The answer is kind of. So yes, you can appeal whether you want it to go higher or lower, but you need to have substantial evidence as to show why your evaluation should change. It's not just like they will allow you to go in and modify it. This is something that's done by evaluating millions of properties throughout the province, and they frankly just don't want just anybody going in and trying to make a change. So you can appeal. It's a long process. You may not win, and it may be costly. Is it really worth your time? Probably not. But at that being said, yes, you may. Now, your property tax amount that you're going to be paying cannot be appealed if the property tax rate has already been set for that year. If you want to appeal the BC assessment, then yes, you can do that basically at any time. It does go through a whole big process, including going through the court system if you get to that far. Normally what happens is you'll be speaking with BC assessment staff, and they'll let you know whether or not you have a decent fighting chance of doing an appeal. At that point, you can make the decision of whether or not you would like to do so. Hopefully this video helps clear up some misconceptions regarding BC assessment and property tax so that you can sleep better at night knowing that your property taxes are not necessarily going up 30% just because your BC assessment went up 30%. If you have any questions about BC real estate, feel free to reach out to us. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe, put a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video.